Okay, we still have another example here. Find the lettered angles, okay? So we are to find the value of these letters. We have X, and also we have X here. We have arrow here. Okay, we have an angle here. Angle 80 degree. This is angle 80 degree. Okay, so what do we do? Now, this triangle is isosceles triangle because the two sides here are equal. Okay, so what do? I will just draw out this big triangle out. Okay, I will draw it out this way, and I will just call here 80 and call here, let me call here A, because from here to here is where I am now taking as A. Okay, from here to here, all of them is now my A, and also from here to here will also be A, because this is an isosceles triangle. Remember that the base angles are always equal. Okay, so that I can now say A plus 80 is 180, so that 2A plus 80 is equal to 180. Now 2A is equal to 180 minus 80. 2A is equal to 100. Okay, now for us to find A alone, we have to divide both sides by 2. Okay, so 2 here, 2 here, so that A is now equal to 50. Okay, now, so we have found here to be 50. We have equally found here to be 50 because they are the same thing. Now, remember that here they gave us to be X and X, okay? So that means that 2X, because X plus S will give us 2X. It means that 2X is equal to 50. Now, only 1X will now be divided by 2, so that X is equal to 25. If you divide here, it will be 25. Okay? Now, if you watch very well, the same thing is applicable here. 2R will be the same as equal to 50. That means that X will be 25 and equally R will be 25 as well. Okay? Now, we have another one. So in this place, we are looking for the value of Z. We have Z here. So we are looking for the value of Z and Y. Okay. Now, these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. So in parallel lines, we begin to consider the light of alternate angles, corresponding angles, vertically opposite angles. So let's check if we can see any of these here. Now 55 and Z, they are equal, alternate angles. Okay, so we have that Z is equal to 55 degree, and our reason is that they are alternates. Okay, alternate angles are equal. We have found the value of Z. Now remember that this is now a triangle like this. This is now a triangle, and in this triangle y. This y is now an exterior angle to these two. Okay, so this is exterior angle to these two. Okay, so this angle 74 and angle Z, which we have found to be 55, they are now interior opposite angles to y. Okay, and because of that, we will now say that y is equal to 74 plus Z, which is now 55 degree. Okay, so y is equal to 74 plus 55, which is 129. So y is 129 degree. Okay, another way you can still find y, if you don't want to use this exterior and interior angles, you can now consider that this y, check this place very well, y is now alternate to the whole of this place. Look at it here. Remember, this is now like Z shape. Okay, so y is alternate to the whole of this angle, which is still 55 plus 74, and it will still give you the same thing. Okay, now we have the third one here, and in this place we are looking for the value of A and B. Now remember that this diagram, in this part of this diagram, we have an isosceles triangle here. Look at it here very well, because this side and this side, they are equal, and this is angle 90 degree. So that means that we have a right angle triangle here, and this angle here is 90 degree. Now for us to find A, we need to find the value of this place and this place. Now, saying this is a right angle triangle and this is an isosceles triangle, it means that this angle here, angle alpha, let me call it angle alpha here, and angle alpha here will be the same. So that if I now say 90 plus alpha will give us 2 alpha is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so the reason why I am saying this is because base angles of isosceles triangles are equal, and sum of angles in a triangle sum up to 180 degree, so that 2 alpha will now be 180 degree minus 90, which means 2 alpha will be equal to 90. So if you divide both sides by 2, so you get that alpha is now 45 degree. So this angle is 45 degree. Now for us to find the first one, which is A, we will now use angles on a straight line. Just watch it very well. Angles on a straight line. So alpha plus A sum up to 180 degree. Okay, so we can now say that A plus alpha, and alpha is 45 degree, is equal to 180 degree, so that only A will now be 180 degree minus 45 degree. Okay, so 180 minus 45 will give you 135. So this is 135 degree, that is A. Now if you don't want to use the method I use in finding A, you can equally say that A is exterior angle to 90 and alpha here, this very alpha, which is 45, so that if you just do 90 plus 45, it will still give you 135. Okay, if you just say that A is exterior angles to these two interior angles, it will give you the same thing we have here. Okay, now we have found the value of A. Now let's go to B. How do we find B? How do we find B? Now this is another triangle here. This is another triangle we have here. Now remember that sum of angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degree. Okay, now we have 98, we have B, but we don't have any angle here. Now we will look for a way to find this angle. Now we can easily find this angle because this angle here is vertically opposite to alpha here. It means that this angle is now 45 degree, and the reason is that it is vertically opposite angle to what 45 degree here. So vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, now we have found this place to be 45, and here they have given us to be 98, and we are looking for the value of B. So we'll now use the sum of angles in a triangle, which will now give us 45 plus 98 plus B is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so 45 plus 98 is 143. So 143 plus B is equal to 180 degree. Now only B will now be equal to 180 degree minus 143. Okay, so that 180 minus 143 will give you 37. So B is 37 degree. Okay, now we have the fourth one, number D. So how do we find the value? Okay, the values of N and M. Okay, now the first thing we will do is to look at the diagram very well. Now in this diagram we have a kind of triangle here. This is a triangle. This is a triangle. Look at this triangle very well. Okay, and we have another triangle this way, go down this way. So we have about 2 triangles here. Okay, now in this very first one, you will see that because we have a square meter here, this is 90 degree, this is 90 degree. So we have an angle 90 degree here because of this sign we have here. And of course we have 42 degree here. So we can now use sum of angle in a triangle to find M. So we'll now say that M plus 90 plus 42 is equal to 180 degree. So that 90 plus 42 is equal to 132. Okay, so M plus 132 is 180 degree. So only M is 180 degree minus 132. Okay, so let's do that. 180 minus 132 is 48. So M is equal to 48 degree. Okay, now let's go to N. Now, how do we find the value of N? How do we find the value of N? Okay, now if you watch very well, you will see that there is an angle here, there is an angle here, and if I can find this angle, then this angle plus this angle, angle N, will be equal to 133, okay, because the angle here, this angle and N, they are interior angles to this exterior angle here. This angle and this angle, they are interior angle to 133, and this 133 is an exterior angle. So if we can find the value of this angle, let me call it angle R. Let me call it R. So let me look for a way to find R. Now I can easily find R by using angles on a straight line, because 44 degree and 90 degree and R, they all lies on a straight line, okay? So they are angles on a straight line. So I can easily say that 44 plus 90 plus R is equal to 180 degree, and my reason is angles on a straight line, okay? So that 44 plus 90 will give us 134, okay? So we have 134 plus R is 180 degree, so that only R will now be 180 degree minus 134, and if you do that, 180 minus 134 will give you 46. So R is 46, okay? But remember that we are not looking for the value of R, we are looking for the value of N, okay? But R is 46, like I said earlier now, R plus N will give us 133. That means that N plus 46 is equal to 133. Now only N will now be 133 minus 46, okay? So that if you now do 133 minus 46, it will be equal to 87. So N, therefore N is equal to 87, okay?